will be just fine. True, but bolt-action rifles like that are good for sniping, and not much else. Getting yourself a sidearm wouldn't be a bad idea. Before you go, take this weapon mod. I don't have any need for it anymore, and you look like you could use all the help you can get. This is an extended magazine. It'll make your pea shooter shoot 8 peas instead of 5. No need to use a workbench, just slap it on.
I'm done being nice. If you don't hand Ringo over soon, I'm gonna...
Well, you've been causing quite a stir. Glad I finally got to meet you. Welcome to the Prospector Saloon. Looks like our little town got itself dragged into the middle of something we don't want anything to do with. About a week ago, this traitor, Ringo, comes into town. Survivor of an attack, he says. Bad men after him. Needs a place to hide. We figured he was just in shock, so we gave him a place to lie low. We didn't actually expect anyone to come after him. He's holed up at the abandoned gas station up the hill. You mean murder him? That's not our way, even if Cobb is scum. He can bluster and threaten all he wants. Some of the others, like Sonny, will probably stand up for Ringo if he asks for help, which he hasn't. Personally, I hope he sneaks out of town one night and takes the powder gangers with him. Chain gangs, really. The NCR brought them in from California to work on the rail lines. Problem is, it turns out that giving convicts a bunch of dynamite and blasting powder isn't the best idea. It was a big escape not too long ago. Some of them stuck together so they could make trouble. That's what we're dealing with now. All right. If you were able to get Ringo out of this mess, you'd have a decent reputation around Good Springs. I'd even set you up with a discount. Of course, helping Ringo would also make the powder gangers mad, and they've got a lot of friends out there. Don't know why you'd want to do a thing like that. Yep, you'd get on their good side, but people around here wouldn't appreciate it one bit. He's a convict, just without the chains. Said his name was Cobb. Powder gangers is what they call themselves. Plenty more like him out there. Not much, other than they're a bunch of freeloaders who expected a few rounds on the house. I was able to get them to pay up, though. Of course, one of the great cons did knock my radio to the floor, by accident, and it hasn't been working since. They were having some kind of argument about it, but the guy in the checkered coat kept shushing them. Sounded like they came in from the north through Quarry Junction. If that's the case, I can't say I blame them for not wanting to go back. That whole area is overrun with the kind of critters that just get mad if you shoot them. Merchants avoid that whole stretch of I-15 like it's radioactive, which it could be for all I know. I didn't hear exactly, but the leader was talking about the strip. Fella wants to get there and avoid the 15, he'd have to go east. Take Highway 93 up. Sure, the outside looks okay, but I think something broke on the inside. There'd be caps in it for you. I do like to hear what's going on in the world. And that Mr. New Vegas seems like such a gentleman. I know that thing as much as anyone else around here. It mostly keeps to itself, which is just fine by me. It acts friendly enough, but I don't trust that whole cheerful cowboy act. I find it all very creepy. It was here when I took over the saloon 7 years ago. Some people have said its owner lived here, but no one knows who it was. Other than rolling around once in a while, it doesn't do anything useful as far as I can tell. I don't know why it took an interest in you, but I'd be careful. It's never helped anyone before. Fine by me. Be careful out there. Hey there. Feeling thirsty? I can take care of that. Yeah, I heard it turn right back on after you got done tinkering with it. Here's some caps for the work. Not at all. I'm never sure how much is normally charged for this sort of thing. Here's some additional caps. That should be enough. Now, how about spending some of those caps in the saloon? Mostly traders looking to buy bighorn or meat and hides. The traders are the main reason the general store manages to stay in business. Most travelers heading south on the I-15 just push on towards Prim, unless they're in desperate need of supplies. There's always something interesting going on, but the biggest news has to be the coming dust-up between the NCR and the Legion over the dam. The new California Republic's got the most power in Nevada. Money, troops, you name it. They do what they can to keep things safe in the region, but if you ask me, they're trying to do too much. They're spread too thin. I'm pretty sure the NCR wants to hold on to the dam because it's one of the few places around that can make electricity. The Legion are a bunch of savages, though. No idea why they'd want the dam. Probably plan on destroying it or something. Slavers, killers, and all other kinds of trouble. They dress up like Roman soldiers, so there's no mistaking it when you see them. The rumor is that the Legion is far larger than the NCR lets on, and that it's been due to luck that the Legion hasn't overrun the territory. Be careful out there. Howdy.
Hey, what are you doing here? I'm Delilah, and this is my place. I don't normally take too kindly to strangers barging in on me, but I happen to have helped the doc save you. Flatterer, I'm jealous of the life of a courier. Seeing the wastes, 'It must be great.' Mainly, I help Doc Mitchell around the clinic. I'm going to be a doctor one day. I think I'll need more experience than what he can show me here. Ever since I lost Uncle Sulik, it hasn't really been the same. I think I need to strike out and find my own destiny. Uncle Sulik was like my dad's brother, but not really. See, Dad was raised near tribals in California and had a close relationship with them. When Dad met Mom, they decided to come make a life for themselves in the Mojave. Uncle Sulik came with them to protect my parents. Something about being bound to him. Sulik treated me just like family, though, and taught me a lot of tribal medicine. He showed me how to make his ancestral pain remedy. Voodoo. It's very potent and very addictive. Be careful with it. He also taught me to make this special Shadow Walker potion and the process for extracting what he called crag hash from some plants. Coyote healing powder is an old remedy he had used in the days as a young brave with his tribe. It uses concentrated tobacco with a stimulant. Since the Great War, his tribe had survived for generations in a mountain tunnel complex. They crawled out from the caves in those mountains after the bombs fell, and they remain sacred to his people to this day. Sulik said that giant geckos led them from the caves, and as the mountains are sacred to them, so are the geckos that live there. What do you want to know? My parents were from California. They came all the way to Good Springs in search of their own little piece of heaven. I was born here. Rad scorpions. He was coming back from a trading run and he must have walked into a nest of the big fuckers. Sulik searched for him when he didn't come back on schedule, but he found him too late. The poison had run its course. What do you want to know? Mitchell's autodoc said, pancreatic cancer. I'd rather really not talk about that, if you don't mind. What do you want to know? I'm going to be. I helped Doc Mitchell out, and Sulik taught me some tribal methods, but I will be a doctor one day. What do you want to know? Uncle Sulik taught me a lot about the ways of his people, and I admire them in a lot of ways. I don't consider myself a tribal, though. I guess the most useful thing he taught me about was tribal medicine. He taught me to fight with sticks, but mainly, he was just Uncle Sulik. What do you want to know? It's something Uncle Sulik used to say. Instead of dying, when we all leave this life, we meet those we loved at the clearing at the end of the path. I like it. I think it adds some dignity to death. Okay. I'd love to. I think this is exactly the opportunity I've been waiting for. Let me grab my things. I forgot to mention, I'll be able to help you out with your medical chems. I know some tricks I can show you to make them last longer. I can also make a couple of tribal remedies if you need them. Sure. Sure. What do you want to know? I'd like to learn more advanced medicine. I've learned a lot from Sulik and Doc Mitchell, but I'm ready to learn even more. I also love to read. It's my dad's legacy to me. We always read together, and he had this list of books he wanted to find. Hopefully we can find some of them out there. Keep your eyes peeled for me? The old Mormon fort and the New Vegas Medical Clinic will almost certainly have someone on staff who can give me some pointers and basic tips. I'm a really fast learner, so maybe visiting doctors around the Mojave would be our best bet. I can probably pick up some tricks pretty quickly. And of course, they're doctors. There will probably be some kind of bill involved, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm not really sure. I was just kind of hoping to stumble across them. Junk vendors, old people, maybe the followers have a library? I don't know. I know that's not much help, but I'm sure we'll find something. Let's not make that top priority. Okay. Okay. Sure. Will do.
Howdy.
Okay, here you go.